Hi there, my lovelies. Cream cheese frosting will never be as perfect as chocolate ganache or buttercream for decorating your cakes and getting those clean lines, but in my opinion, tastes the best. So I've come up with a recipe that will make it a little bit easier. It still looks beautiful and goes great with any cake flavor. So let me show you how to do it. To my stand mixer, I'm adding in my softened cream cheese and giving that a mix. Then I'm adding in my softened butter and creaming both of them together. Once those are well combined, I'm adding in some vanilla bean paste. If you don't have it, that's totally fine, just add in a little bit of vanilla extract. Make sure to scrape down the sides of the bowl periodically. Next, I'm going to add half of my powdered sugar and continue to mix starting on low speed so your powdered sugar doesn't fly everywhere. Then I'm going to add the rest of my powdered sugar, making sure to scrape down the sides of the bowl again, and then adding it either to a bowl or a piping bag. Then just let it sit in the refrigerator for 20 minutes to firm up. I also have previously made my softened cream cheese for the layers of my cake, which I'll link that video down below. I'm just taking a bit of my icing and placing it on my cake board to hold the bottom cake layer still. I have here my standard vanilla cakes that I've frozen and sliced in half to give me 4 pieces, which I will also leave a link for down below if you want to see how to make those. Make sure to place the bottom piece of one of your cakes face up as your first layer. Now the reason to make 2 icings is because the center cream cheese is not as sweet and firm. I personally don't like icing that is overly sweet, that's why I rarely use buttercream. But you don't have to make 2 icings if you don't mind. So I've spread a thin layer of my icing and then piped a thick line around to make a well for my filling. If you're not using a filling, then just pipe a layer of your cream cheese frosting between each layer of your cake. I'm using an apple pie filling. If you want to check out my apple pie caramel drip cake, I'll link that video down below as well. Continue with the cake layers, making sure to use the bottom of one of your cakes face down as the top layer, so you have a perfectly smooth top. Then fill in any holes in the layers with more icing. And with a bench scraper, I'm just going to smooth out the icing. Next, I'm taking some wax paper and a leveler and making sure that my cake is even on all sides. Then I'm going to place it in my refrigerator for about 20 minutes to let the icing harden. After it's sat in the fridge, I'm going to take my thick icing and just add a thin layer of my icing to my cake as a crumb coat. This is just to make sure there are no crumbs that get into your second layer of icing. Use a bench scraper to clean up the icing a little bit. It doesn't need to be perfect. And then put it back in the refrigerator for another 20 minutes to firm up. Lastly, now I'm going to take my piping bag and pipe a generous layer of icing onto the sides of my cake. Then take your bench scraper and smooth out the sides. Refill any holes in the icing and continue to use your bench scraper. Then drag your clean bench scraper from the sides of the cake into the center to smooth out the top. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already so that we have access to all of my videos. And I'll see you back here next week. Bye, my lovelies.